So there's this thing that happens when you're a business owner and a dad and a husband and have wants and desires to grow and expand what it is you do, add to your success level, and just overall like improve yourself, your family, your career or your business, and all of those things. The thing that I'm talking about that happens is you have to start to learn how to balance those two lives together. When I say that, I don't mean like it can only be one or the other or one of those things and the rest must suffer. And an example of that would be I love cars. Like, absolutely love them. That's really my pastime, my hobby. It's what I enjoy doing or talking about or watching on YouTube in my free time. Something that's important to me, and I'm lucky in the sense that my kids are starting to want to learn more and share the love I have with me. What makes it even more special for me, I have teenage daughters, and to really want to start to share this experience with me and either go for rides, ask me about cars, ask me for ways to identify cars we see on the road, ask me what it is I like about cars, why I think McLarens are better than Ferraris, stuff like that, so they can kind of get their own opinions. And I like that they don't just parrot my opinions all the time. A lot of times they'll say what they like. It doesn't always fall in line with what I like, which is okay, obviously. That's a personal preference, and I like the fact that they're developing their own style and like of cars. I mean, obviously, they're going to be swayed somewhat by mine, opinion-wise, but that's just one small thing of what I mean when it's like you have to learn to balance and mix those things together. Me and my wife enjoy cars a lot. She gets a little less enjoyment from riding in the cars because of the traffic around South Florida where I live. It's absolutely horrendous. They're the worst drivers on the road, like hands down. I don't care where you're from, these drivers are worse. Like, just, if you're from here, we got to get it together. We got a bad reputation going. I haven't been here that long, so I could still kind of push them as someone else being bad. But ultimately, I'm here now, so I have to throw myself in on it, and we got to improve that. But the work stuff, like I have to jump from being a CEO owner of a business and sometimes also be the technician in the business, and other times drop that to go be a dad and help my kids because I homeschool my kids, or me and my wife homeschool our kids, so we have to drop that to go help them with their schoolwork, or my wife needs something, or a family emergency arises, or I got to take someone to an appointment. There's all these things you got to juggle together. And I have absolutely no problem with that. When I say I have no problem with that, I have no problem with that being a struggle in my life, because I think there's absolutely nothing better in life than having a family. And for me, what that means is, I've talked about it a few times, is setting my life priorities so that I know which are the most important parts of my life to me. So whenever there's a conflict, I will put whoever is the higher priority on that list ahead of the rest. And so it's made it to where I don't live with a lot of regret for the decisions I've made as far as what to give my attention to or where to place my attention. That helps so much. So if you haven't done that with your life and set your priorities up, I'd recommend you do that, because it makes everything easier. And even though you have a hectic schedule, and I'm adding to my schedule right now because I'm a passion I have, I'm adding it as a business now instead of something I did. It's fun people love this car. It's absolutely a blast to drive because the reactions you get. You set your priorities, your life gets easier, and like I said, I'm adding another piece of busy to my schedule by something I usually just do by, like, people reach out to me in DMs or in the comments about business advice or mindset advice or just something. I used to just answer. So I've gotten really good results from that. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start a business doing that. It's one-on-one consultation, coaching, whatever you want to call it. I'm adding to my life to make it more hectic. I'm not worried about the time commitment because I still have my priorities set, and I'll get to do all those things without the guilt of like maybe taking from them, because I know I'm not. My priorities are in place. This is just another one on that list, and I know I can help people with it, but that's what this is about. If you set your priorities right, you live a content life, it gives you time to enjoy the things you like. Like right now, my family, once a week, we order food, like fast food. And once a week, we go out to a sit-down place and eat. So tonight's the order fast food. When I say fast food, or order it, DoorDash is ridiculous, I think, price-wise, of what they charge for everything. So I go pick it up now. So I'm on my way to go pick up the food. Now, most times, normally, there's a kid or someone with me, and it's a time we get to share one-on-one, or sometimes we'll take the Durango Hellcat and we'll all go. But I wanted to make this video, so I came on my own. So what I'm doing is taking the time to do the family thing, but be responsible enough with my money that I'm not just throwing it away. And for me, the reason I say that is if there was something money making I could do, I would just order the food. If it's busy at work, I'll just order the food, have it delivered, because I'm more valuable doing the money making thing. Right now I'm not doing anything, so it's just as easy to do something I like, which is drive this car, head out, go pick up the food, get to enjoy the thing I like while still making my priority of family time, which is what we do when we get back and eat. And then it's a win-win situation. So you start creating ways to mesh them together, and everything gets easier. Your life gets more content. You're not feeling guilty for missing out on something, and overall it just gets better. So I get to enjoy what I like, they get to enjoy what they like, we work together. It's really important for me to try to stress or share that with other people, because I know sometimes driving cars like this, you get put in this box of someone who either works all the time and they're, yeah, but they have no time with their family or something like that. It's not always that way. I think honestly, the more people I meet with cars like this, the more I realize everybody's kind of figured out a nice balance like I have. And yes, some of us work more than others, or we own our own business, or we're more successful in money or something like that. Everything's a give and take. You just got to make sure the more important things to you, you put more weight in them when you're balancing stuff. So you're there, you're present. When I'm with my family, I try to, as much as possible, make sure I'm there, I'm present, I'm paying attention, I'm not distracted, I'm not doing work while pretending to be hanging out with them. So as much as you would like to think you're not, at work, we're all distracted. So I try to not let those types of distractions bleed over into the more important things on my list, so that even though I spend maybe less minutes or hours per day or week in those priorities, the amount of attention and focus they get helps weigh them to be heavier, so they're more meaningful. And then along with that, you just got to make sure in those moments where you're trying to put more attention and focus more, put that focus towards the good, not the negative or the frustrating, because that's what's going to make it a lasting memory of a good time for you, because you focused on the good parts and ignored the bad parts. And that's something that I've really learned, is you can create your memories as an adult. When you're a kid, you always remember a lot of good times or a lot of horrible times, and it's just what you remembered about that moment. So now that I know you can kind of build your life in that way, or your memories or your experiences in that way, when something's going bad, I'll start looking for just a nugget of good, and I'll look at that. So, and I know constantly I am talking mindset stuff, and it might get a little annoying and you just want to see the cars and that kind of stuff. I agree, the cars are absolutely amazing. I like watching car stuff, but I also watch this kind of stuff because I need help sometimes mentally and with my mindset. And as much as I've made it my daily routine to constantly work on, improve, and grow my mindset, It doesn't mean it's ever finished. It doesn't mean I've ever got it figured out. I'm always growing, adapting, and trying to do better, and I try to help other people along with that. It's made me a better person all around. It's made me enjoy life a lot more, and it's made me a better dad, husband, business owner, employee, whatever you want to say. I am significantly better because of the mindset that I have taken time to work on, adapt, and grow. So that's all I got on this one. I'll see you on the next one.